Hello, hello. How's it hanging, Scorpio? Hi, Will. Hi, Victoria, and thank you. So we're here to do Scorpio today. Happy Libra full moon day. And unless you have Scorpio at like 3 or 4 degrees, or around the Uranus degree on your opposition. If you're feeling blah, 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 like I am, hi Lee, hi DeRay, then just know that like Mercury is opposing your Mercury in shadow of retrograde in Taurus is opposing your possible Scorpio placements. So if you have anything in Scorpio around 0 to 5-6 degrees, you're going to be feeling this the heaviest. Hello, Annika. Hi, Renata. So it's currently, as I'm speaking, Mercury is at 3 degrees, but in shadow, working its way to 4 of retrograde. And so I explained this Friday night, but when Mercury is getting ready to go into retrograde, it is slowing down to station before it goes into retrograde. So it is very slow. It is already slow in Taurus, and then in shadow, it feels discombobulated. So that's talking to other of my placements, not my Scorpio placement, so which is why I was discombobulated yesterday. However, that and Uranus, but this new full moon, it's in conjunct. It's really not, it's your neighbor's problem. Hi, Anna. So Scorpio is not really, hi Betty, not really feeling this one as much as some of the last full moons. We don't really have any, other than that Taurus, we don't have, and we have Black Lilith, which is empowerment. Once you get to a certain age, I'm going to say like once you start hitting like 30, 35, it becomes more and more to your benefit of empowerment and not so much feeling like you're detriment or ostracization, if that's a word. So Black Lilith is in Leo. That might be inspiring you, Scorpio, to Phoenix on up. But this full moon is not affecting you as much as it's affecting, let's say, your fellow water Cancer signs. Because it's not squaring. The full moon is squaring Cancers. So Scorpios, if you have a Cancer friend, say hi. Tell them a horribly twisted, dark, sardonic, funny joke because they need it and they will relate. That's what we have Scorpio friends for, right? There are buckle up buttercup friends. I live for my Scorpios in my life. Because I can be as sardonic and dark-humored and real and bloody. And not okay when I need to be not okay without any kind of judgment. Scorpios, don't ever let anyone tell you your sign is less than. Scorpios are awesome. You just have to love authenticity and realness, and you can't make their non-negotiables be your personal offense, right? Because like Scorpios are going to be a little guarded, but if they let you in, that's the best part. If a Scorpio really lets you in, you are vetted properly. To me, that's a compliment. Okay. Let's look at your energy now. And the energy that dropped you off at this reading, just meaning it doesn't matter if it was 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years ago. It's just whenever you find this reading, and listen, whenever you find this reading, that's when you're supposed to find it. This is also good for 8th house placements. I forgot to say that about Pisces and 12th house placements, but anyway. So whenever you find this, it's the energy before. Anything that happened before you're sitting here watching me be ridiculous and reading for you. Okay, so then we're going to look at the energy of other, and other is whatever other energy is vexing you the most right now in your mind, on your thoughts, waking you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And that could be you struggling or snuggling with your own demons, as Scorpio likes to do. And that just means like shedding an old version of you, or trying to step into a new version of you, so that juxtaposition can literally be you. But it can be also romantic, and it can be your job. It's whatever energy feels like it's affecting you the most. Hello, Jamie, and hello, Gibbs. Okay, then we're going to look at the energy available to you now. And there we go. Oh, and and then we're going to look at the energy coming up as we kind of drop you off in May, where I believe there is an eclipse in your sign. Very interesting. Scorpio. New stability coming in for you. Now, as normal with new stability, and Scorpio, it usually means you had to like phoenix up for something, right? It usually means that at some point before the new stability came in, something just had to burn down to the ground, you know? Just reading 3 major arcana already. That's sideways. Let's just get a clarifier on that. I love these cards. If anyone else has purchased them, I love them. Love them, love them. They don't flip. That, you know, it's got gorgeous, gorgeous card stock. Nice, heavy, solid cards, but they don't, it's hard to explain anyway. If you know, you know. There's my water. You're starting out with this Ace of Pentacles. And when we see the Ace of Pentacles, this is like determination Universe is trying to say it's time for something new. It's time for something new. It feels like universe may have been saying it to you for a while, but as a fixed sign, you know, is Scorpio brave? Fuck yeah. Are they tough? Yes. Are they heroes by the time they're usually like 10 years old because they've had to deal with stuff that was crazy and survive it? Their survival skills are great. However, you know, Scorpios won't tell you that they're tired, but Scorpios, especially once you get into like 30s, 40s, 50s, they're tired because they've had to Phoenix. Is it commendable? Yeah. Does it make a lot of the Scorpios, especially one for me? I say all the time, you are my goddamn hero. Because I've been through some stuff, but man, the resilience on a Scorpio is just... When you find people who are incredibly resilient, that have you in awe, that make you think they are your hero. You don't know how they do that. Trust me, they are tired on the inside. That, along with the fixed energy, can feel like they're stuck in like molasses swamp sometimes for Scorpio. They know that it would be better to move out of this, but they're, you know, some people are like, I'm just going to get out of this situation. It'll be fine because everybody's going to handle it the way that I would handle it, with maturity. Scorpio knows. Scorpio knows that you're going to act a fool. They might regret it and then act a fool. Someone else is going to act a fool. Then everybody's going to be talking about everybody acting a fool. That there's going to be financial consequences. And while there's a big part of Scorpio, don't care what other people think of them. They can't. It just sucks to feel like, again, you're being in a position to be judged again. Like, again, somebody's going to be like, of course, look at Scorpio. Can't have stability. And the thing is they want to be stable. Scorpio's also very loyal. They're just going to vet you. They're not going to commit their soul to you until you're properly vetted. So this was a lot to say about an Ace of Pentacles. But this Ace of Pentacles comes with the fact that universe is like, this is really better. This is, you should jump into this. This will be like, this new start is where it's at, because this other thing is just draining you and you're not moving. I think it's been offered to you for a while because it's in the past energy, and sometimes those energies sustain for a long time. I can tell from the other cards, this might be when you see some movement, Scorpio. And not just movement in your external world, because that shit's happening all the time. Movement in your external world and thinking like you've got this, and then something else changes and throws another monkey wrench into the situation. They don't share their feelings easily because their external world is always changing so much that they learn guardedness when they're very young. It's survival. It's usually safety. So, you know, that's a trauma response. And I don't ever hold it against Scorpios for not being as verbally vulnerable. It doesn't make them actually less vulnerable. I hope that landed on any cross watchers. I hope you heard that. Just because they're tough and they're not telling you their feelings, don't treat them that like they're made out of stone. They're not. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Shauna. In others' energy, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. I'm not doing questions today. This is a reading for Scorpio. I do those as separate videos. I just did 3 of them recently. And I do some questions on Friday nights. There's no list today. So this is the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords is what wakes us up at 4 a.m. It's what keeps us awake at night, just not at night though. It's what makes us feel stressed out. And it's like that nagging, bugging feeling. I don't want to say foreboding, but I think for Scorpio we can say foreboding, and you guys get it. That thing that nags you, that like impending dread sometimes of what could happen next, because what could happen next tends to, Scorpios may feel like it happens next. It's not a will it. When I do my whole like what's the difference between like manifestation energy and toxic positivity, I really want to apply it to all the signs, because I think it's unfair to Scorpios to say that like, well, of course everything bad happens to you, you're so negative, like you're not vulnerable with your feelings. It's such shit, because Scorpios come in to deep dive, and it's part of their soul's mission, so it's going to apply to them differently. However, if this is you struggling or struggling with your demons, that stability and really focusing on getting rid of that dread is amazing. That is really beautiful for you. The other thing we have is Judgment in reverse. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge you. I opened up this video saying I fucking love Scorpios. Those are my peeps, because I'm allowed to be as not okay and as raw and as sardonic and as dark humored as I need to be without judgment. So, Speaking of judgment, here is Judgment. It's Billy. It came in reverse in the alchemy that this energy is being left off at this reading with. There, between the Ace of Pentacles and that Nine of Swords in reverse, we like both of those. And then the Judgment in reverse can often mean something, you're being given an opportunity. Judgment is past, future, and past, present, and future. Usually it's being shown by the 3 buglers, right? And the angel coming to collect or whatever. But it talks about how we re-examine our past, so that instead of letting our past predict our future, is to let our past kind of navigate our present, and how we direct our present energy kind of directs future. I hope that made sense. In other words, when we see Judgment in reverse, for me, it's major arcana. This is a major decision that you made, Scorpio. That you made, or your partner or the person in interest made. It's like universe is giving you another opportunity to remake that situation with what you know now, compared to how you originally made it with what you just wanted it and needed it to be, out of survival, out of needing change, right? When we move into what's available for us now, Scorpio, there is a truth that was not available to you before that is now becoming available to you. We have the moon in reverse, another major arcana, and another major arcana in reverse. Yeah. I would expect a truth that you did not have to be revealed to you in the next month or so. I can't get over that Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like universe is going to deliver your new stability, whether you want it or not. I mean, there's enlightenment. It's being offered. It's being offered, right? At this point, they're putting sprinkles, jimmies, whatever you call them, for you, on it to try to sweeten it up, to get you to move. But there is movement coming. You know, here's the thing, Scorpio, the longer we hold on to what scares us to move out of, the harder it is when universe will eventually move it for you. But there's going to be a truth available to you that was not available to you before. I think this is directly tied to this judgment in reverse. In our now energy, we also have the Four of Cups. It was in reverse. Letting go of attachment. Scorpios, like Cancers and Capricorn, honestly, all can, hi Michelle, all can I don't want to say suffer from attachment, but have attachment issues that they tend to work through during life. And so you're at another cycle of letting go of attachment. It definitely isn't the first time. You are like the other side of you that you're trying to step into, because again, this can be you trying to step into a newer, more healed version of you. Or it's your person letting go of attachment. The thing that's been worrying you the most, or making you want to be in that energy the most. This is really interesting. I kind of feel like as this new stability comes and as you're working out, it's very rare that a Scorpio's just kind of sitting there. It's often that it takes them so long to leave with that fixed energy. Something that no longer serves them, that it takes something that breathes life into them again. I keep hearing the Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life. Something has to like bring life to them again to help them move out of the fixed thing. If that makes sense. Letting go of attachment, and there's a truth coming out. If this is your person letting go of attachment, You could be dealing with somebody who has some Taurus energy or some Scorpio energy. Also, possibly Leo or Cancer, even Capricorn. But this is somebody who might have been attached to having you. Like part of their, that's right, I'm bad kind of energy is because they procured the very magnetic, desirable Scorpio person. That other I just keep getting a sense that whatever situation you've been in or shouldn't be in, whether it's work or another person or just moving places in your life, at some point, hi Neela, at some point, this thing had to have you. Whatever this other end, this other entity in the room just spun. So I feel like I possibly hit something for somebody. Whenever this other thing started that you're having a hard time moving out of, the pot would have been so sweetened. This makes so much sense now. The pot would have been so sweetened, Scorpio, this is what I'm getting, that this thing wanted to procure you, the magnetic Scorpio. I feel like there was like almost like a competition for you, for your attention, job-wise, something. You may not have felt that, but you felt the pulling in 2 different directions or 3 different directions at the time you stepped into the thing that you now need to reevaluate. So now when universe is coming in and you're not taking it and you're not taking it and you're not taking it, one, it could be because the last decision that you feel like you made, I feel like there's a little manipulation or a little like, I just keep here sweetening the pot. Like something or someone sweetened the pot so much that you would have been blinded almost by how good this seemed and how much you just needed that because things had probably been rough prior to that. And it may have felt a little bit like out of the pan into the fire, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't look like that. And you wouldn't have known that that's what, for a while. I'm getting like a year or 2 till you had full on like, uh-oh. So now when universe is coming to you with the sprinkles, with the whole 9, saying, can I make it more attractive? Will you move out of the space now? What else can we do to, your team, your guides, everyone, trying to just motivate you out of. You're like, I've seen this before when the pot gets sweetened. No, thank you. So you're getting a truth. They're letting go of attachment, or you are trying to be somebody who doesn't feel like I have to make this work because A, I don't want to be somebody else that everybody's talking about. Oh, look, another thing didn't go well. And B, there may be a little like somebody else, not great, but somebody else interested in either this position, whether it's your position in this person's life or a position at a job. What do you have to just give back to the universe? That you're not going to say like, oh no, that was mine, I should have kept it. In the middle, there's so much coming in at one time that honestly, I know that I'm tripping on my words and I apologize. Universe keeps trying to ask you to move out of the situation you're in. You're trying to give up the stress of it because quite honestly, it's exhausting. There's going to be an energetic opportunity to redo a decision that you made a couple of years ago. There's also going to be a truth that you didn't have when you originally made that decision years ago, now going to be available. It feels like a big truth. It feels like something that maybe would have made you make a different decision had you known, and now it's going to be crystal clear in front of you. That I feel like is that could land into May. Quite there. But it is coming to an end for both you and this other person. And energetically, something you've been carrying that you shouldn't have to carry anymore. Shit, I need a sip of coffee. Vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. Perfect for Scorpio readings. What's coming up for you, Scorpio? This is the High Priestess. Feeling like you get your power again. Now, I'm not going to lie. It looks a little bit like something pisses you off to empower you a little bit. But you will have had enough. If you are, and I have a chill, if you are tired and exhausted and you feel like I don't care enough to fight for that anymore, I don't care enough to I'm a little numb, I don't care enough to feel like I want to fight for it or fight with it. Something is going to come in, and again, I am hearing the Wake Me Up. Isn't that the same song? Right? Bring Me Back to Life. I'm hearing that song, but now I'm hearing the part where she's going back and forth with is it Seether? I can't remember. Yelling, Wake Me Up. Something does wake you up, Scorpio. You're going to remember who the fuck you are. Hi, Danny. Hi, Anya. I'm going to do Cancer after this, so. Now, this Three of Swords came out sideways for the other person. Possibly you, but it came out sideways. I wanted to clarify that. And I got the Seven of Hearts in reverse. The fantasy is over about someone or something. The delusion is over. Somebody who's like, this is going to get better. And then we'll do that. And then that'll get better. I think that if we just do this, this'll. Okay, so it's not the Seether song. It's whoever is I can't remember who the band is that just does the Wake Me Up part of Bring Me Back to Life, but that's what I was hearing for this. I kind of always have to make an idiot out of myself in every video. It's okay. I'm okay with it. Back to this. This is either you. It's not really heartbreak because it's slowly been happening. You've slowly acclimated to it, but something's going to happen where any delusion that allowed you to stay is popped. It's leaving. You know, it's interesting. I was listening to Austin Coppock, and I often love his analogies. And he was talking about that, how when Mars was in Gemini, it kept squaring the Neptune in Pisces. And it literally translates to balloons popping, things popping, right? So Pisces can be that beautiful Neptunian energy, but it also can be a little fog, confusion, delusion, those kind of things, right? So what do we get when we have the Three of Swords, that heartbreak card, right? with the Seven of Cups in reverse, it is quite like a little heartbreakingly, but needed. Wow, I have a chill again. To see the real truth, because it's the truth is coming. Yeah. And then we have, I am so in this energy that I did literally for a minute forget that we have the moon in reverse here, and letting go of attachment. Whatever you find out is going to piss you off to bring you back to life in a good way. In a good way. And I know you're tired. I know you're tired. But don't forget, this whole thing started with new stability. We have a Knight of Swords here. More truth coming in between the two of you. I think, Scorpio, you're going to bother to say the things you just haven't said for a while, because who cares? It's honestly what I'm getting. You're going to finally start just saying the stuff that you should have said a long time ago, that you haven't been hearing, you haven't been saying because it wasn't worth it. Who cares? Not worth my energy. I'm just so tired. Thank you, Anya. I get in these moods. It'll probably be different by next week. A little bit. Just a little bit. I really can't wait to clarify this High Priestess. Let's do it. Woof, this is deep. Scorpio, I know I probably say that every time, but this is like long time coming. Okay. Oh. Come on. Let's clarify this High Priestess. And you'll know. You'll like, because the High Priestess knows, right? She is all knowing. She is all knowing. And with the truth out and the delusion popped, you will know, and you won't be able to unknow. I think sometimes when we have to stay numb and we're in survival mode and it's just too much at once, you know, those all came out sideways. We can kind of get to a place where we can not pretend, but we get a truth, we feel something, and we just go, I'll deal with that later. That's what I'm feeling like. I'll deal with that later. But now there's no way to unsee, unknow. There's no... And it's what you actually need. Because it's not about you. The secret isn't about you. The truth isn't about you. The truth is about something else. And I feel like the truth has to do with what manipulated you into the situation that you keep guilting yourself over to get, like, here I am in another bad situation. I must deserve it. But it's not like that. It's like that truth is going to come out about some kind of manipulation, lying, misrepresenting something that happened when you chose what you chose. It wasn't because you make bad decisions. It was because somebody else was being completely facetious. There was a lot of facade. There was a lot of manipulation. Honestly, I may be even feeling like for just a few of you, some like energetic work done on it. And not in an ethical way. Let's clarify this. Maybe I had to hit that spot before the cards would fly. We're clarifying this. There's another one. Okay, we have, this is the clarification of all clarifications because it's just giving us the same cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Whatever the High Priestess, whatever you move into next, you're going to move into it nice and slow. You're not going to jump from pan to fire this time, Scorpio, which I know that you might be a little worried about. You're not. You're going to take a rest stop and you're going to move slowly. And I like that for you. Two of Wands. There's an old version of you in this other mirror here. If we look carefully, one of the sticks seems higher, but it's not hitting all the way to the ground. So if we take the care to like kind of eyeball measure, these sticks are the same sizes. It seems like one is better than another. Often things are not exaggeratedly better than another. They're just different choices. Realistically in life, often it would be easier. You wouldn't be crossed. You wouldn't want to like, you're just going to choose the thing you're more passionate about. Don't choose the thing that looks better because often that's an illusion. It doesn't matter if it looks better than the rest of the world. It doesn't matter if it looks better than what you've already had. It only matters if it meshes with you better. Does it help create a conducive environment to health for you, for wellness in every way that it fucking matters? That's what matters. Page of Wands in reverse. Asking you to just hold off on that new passionate start because you're supposed to be taking your time and you're supposed to be choosing what's passionate, not what is packaged better and looks better. And we have a friend. Okay. This is what we have to help clarify that Seven of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords sideways. More judgment, more Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles for me is the waiting card. My Cracker Jacks, where's my stick-on tattoo? Like, I'm doing this work for nothing. I'm doing this work for something. I'm building something for somebody else and not for myself. This is getting me nowhere. When it's in reverse, this is one of my cards for it's time. The frustration is going to be ending. Again, we have more truth coming in. It's going to help reinforce because for a minute, I just feel like when this illusion pops, you're going to be really pissed off and then you're going to start to maybe try to talk your way out of it. Because it's just too hard to digest. And this is coming along to confirm it. And then we have past, present, and future again, but this one's in the upright. We are going to, without judging ourselves, just examine the past so that we can sit without shame and without judgment in this now moment, which is going to help us steer our future, navigate our future, because otherwise if we sit in the past, we're creating our future, sitting in the bad feelings of what happened, right? So when judgment comes, the thing is you need this release, because this whole time you've been playing the bad guy. Somebody went, here's the bad guy hat. Peter Puma. It's, I'll help myself. I'll give myself my own lumps, right? Somebody handed you the bad guy hat, Scorpio, and you're like, yeah, this looks like my hat. I've worn it before. And you just threw it the fuck on. And the truth is that that was never your hat to wear. That was never your burden to carry. This truth that comes out releases you from so much. I'm not saying that Scorpio doesn't need to have, we all as human beings, no matter what your astrological sign, need accountability and examination and all those things. But certainly you don't have to kick your own ass every day of the fucking year. And so this truth that keeps coming out about the situation and the manipulation and how you were sold something kind of on a lie a little bit, and I feel like this is 2-3 years back, maybe a little bit more, you get released from that. Let's pull an oracle card for you. So I'm going to finish my sandwich, and I will be back with Cancer at 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's just get one. Keep getting the same 3, so now I'm just gonna wild. There is a wild, untamed spirit inside of you, desperate to be unleashed. Did I not just say released? Unleashed, released. Free it and claim the gifts of energy, power, you getting your power back again. Energy, power, passion, and creativity it offers you through suppressing your wild, succulent, outrageous, and untamed self. Tell me that's not Scorpio. You dull your senses and crush your creativity. You shrink, lose your energy, and become depressed, possibly. Your relationships can suffer and rage grows. You become ashamed, hostile, cold, over-serious, and somewhat fearful. You can stop taking chances, living in mediocrity, constantly trying to protect yourself. The truth is that no one can judge you, punish you, or hurt you as much as you can. Didn't I just say all this? Give into your wildness and stop living anything that isn't authentically you. Stop living any kind of sham. This part of you is sensual, provocative, truthful, courageous, bold, passionate, and alive. Set it the fuck free. Okay, maybe I added the fuck, but I said what I said. Scorpio, that eclipse in May is going to be big for you. In a good way, let it take you where it takes you. The more you fight it, the more it's going to hurt. Let it take you where it takes you. Scorpio, I love you. Now you love you. And hopefully I will see you Friday night. And I'm be back in like 15 minutes to do Cancer. Right? Bye, everyone.